Good morning, everybody. Stalling Bear here. The gauntlet has been thrown down. The challenge of the luxury items has been passed on to me by Wonder Women, Kristy, Lynn, and Annette. They're from Colorado. I was born and raised in Colorado, so we have that in common. But also looking through their video, we have a little bit more in common than just that. Lynn with the bug net, I can truly understand that one. It doesn't matter if we're having dinner on the back patio, if there's 2 or 20 other people there, I seem to be the one attracting all the mosquitoes. So come summertime or during the warmer months, I'm certain that I will have to purchase and carry a bug net with me just to avoid all the annoyance of the bugs themselves. And then Kristy, I have the Thermex sleeping pad that worked wonderfully during my cold shakedown. Not once did I feel any cold air from underneath me. It stayed inflated all night and I was comfortable on that. The other thing is the silk liner. I debated, I went from the reactor, do I need the additional thermal properties of that, the Cool Max, because I enjoy being cool when I sleep, and then the silk liner. The Cool Max would be wonderful during the summer, and the silk liner has very similar properties on it, but it's at half the weight. So I went with that, and so far I'm very happy with that as well. And Annette, the Spanish. Other than the knots, I enjoy tying knots too, but what I'm taking with me will also include some Spanish lessons as well. So I carry that on as well. So to get into my luxury items, I really had to decide what was a luxury item compared to what I feel is a necessity. And as most of you feel, a lot of what we're taking, we feel that it's a needed item. So I had to look and say, okay, what could I really continue on with and would not adversely affect my hike itself. It may add a little discomfort, a little inconvenience on it. And so I looked at these 3 items, and the first one I selected was my charging system, my battery bank, and a quick charge system with this. This is a bigger than most. I have 20,000 milliamps. I see a lot of people are carrying about 10. But if I'm going to charge and carry something, I want to have that added ability to go extra distance if I need to. It's got the dual charge, which I really like, so I can charge this with the smart charge in about 4.5 hours, and that gives me a luxury of going several days with that. So this and the cables that go along with it is probably about 10 ounces of additional weight that I'm carrying. If I was to carry a 10 milliamp, I'd probably shave a few ounces off of that, but for the additional 20,000 milliamps, it was worth the added weight. So I wanted to add on a story here about the power bank. My 3rd night during my shakedown, I'm sitting there cooking dinner and I hear this chime, and I start looking around, have no idea what it is. So I kind of waited for a minute and I hear it again. And I look over and my phone is lit up. So I walk over to the phone and I pick it up, and there's a message on the phone that says something to the effect of charging halted, phone too cold. And I had to laugh. I'm thinking, even my phone thinks I'm crazy for being out here in such weather that it's giving up and wants to go home as well. And the other thing is, my first night I didn't put my power bank in my sleeping bag to sleep with, and I noticed the next morning that the charge had gone down a little bit. So it's important that in order to preserve your charge on any of your batteries, you should keep those items in your sleeping bag or where it's warm during the time that it's very cold. The second one that I could probably do without, but it's a great comfort to me just to have it during the time as an MP3 player. I could listen to music on my phone if I needed to. but the MP3 player, the battery lasts forever, takes a very little time to charge, and this is where I have my Spanish. I have several hours of Spanish lessons on here, so if you hear somebody speaking very poor Spanish on the trail, it's not the Argentina national team coming up behind you, it's probably me. So this and the headset, I could do without. I can get by fine, but especially even at night when I'm getting ready to go to sleep, I like to listen to the music or do some Spanish lessons on that. The final item, I call it a luxury item because yes, I could get by without it, but hiking with it most recently during the shakedown, it's hard to believe that I would go without it. And it is a fanny pack. Yes, it's a fluorescent green. If I'm going to wear a fanny pack, I want everybody to notice that I'm doing so. It's got the convenience. I have this pocket here right up front. I can put my headset with the MP3 player to it. It's easily accessible. I can put my phone in here if I need to, if I'm not carrying it or videotaping with it. So that's convenient. I put some pins in here so that I can write down. Also, I can keep my AWOL guide in here, at least a portion I'm using during that day. A little side note to that with the AWOL guide. I'm following along with Wrong Way and Jay right now, and I'm using my AWOL guide as I'm following along with them just to get familiar with that. So that seems to be a really good technique. And I can also use it in town as to carry my my money and my credit cards and everything else with that. But the biggest reason that I'm carrying it is probably for food and snacks. I can put additional water here if I wanted to, but my pack has a good convenient place for water, so I'm not going to probably use that. But I noticed on my first day of the shakedown, I didn't wear it coming up the falls, and by 3 o'clock I was just starving. I'd eaten the 2 protein bars that were in my side pouch of my waist belt, and I was just got to a point that I was too hungry. I had to stop and get some calories in me. Having this, the convenience of this, of grabbing something and going. In fact, the second day I wore this, I wore my pack for 9 hours straight, or about 9 hours straight, because I had everything I needed right here. And that's what I'm going to do on the trail itself. It's going to be convenient for me. I'm going to carry on with that, and it's a luxury item, but it's, as I said before, it's probably something I will always could do it because I like the efficiency of having everything that I need right away, right there, without having to stop, take off my pack, and go on from there. So those are my 3 luxury items that I'm going to use for this point in time. They may change over time, but right now I consider those luxury items. Now for the part of challenging 3 additional people for their luxury items. I decided to go with 3 new people to vlogging simply because that will get them introduced, welcome into the community. This is a very popular challenge, so other people will watch their videos, and also they have to pick 3 other people to challenge as well, so it will get them introduced to them. My first one is Randy Norton, or AKA ABBA Bear. We got that bear connection going on. First videos I saw of him were last night. I haven't seen him on the list yet, so we can get him involved. He's a 65-year-old retired individual that's going to do the Appalachian Trail, so we'd like to get him involved. The other one is James Hikes. He's starting here shortly on February 4th, I believe his date is, and so get him introduced into the community. And the last one, final one, is Kristopher Geib, or Geib. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with pronunciations, and you'll find that through, especially when we get to the trail names and some of the shelters and stuff, I'll be horrible on that, but that's Kristopher Geib. I watched his video and he's full of energy. I think he's going to be a fun one to watch as well. So the gauntlet has been passed, the torch has been passed on to you, and I look forward to watching all of your videos. Thank you, and have a great day. Sign off. Pack them up, move them out.